Hello, and welcome to another Tending Tuesday. I'd like to welcome everybody back that's been with us over these months, now years, and to the people joining us for the first time from the Dream Tending and Imagination community, a warm welcome and greetings. This week, what I'm going to talk about is a topic that's on all of our minds, right? It's about what's going on in the world of today. And we all feel it. How could we not? Given our backgrounds, some of us feel it even more acutely than others. And two, we're all affected. And it has to do, of course, with destruction, with war, with even genocide. And when I use the word genocide, I'm referring not only to the peoples in many different continents, also, of course, I'm referring to what's going on with the creatures and the landscapes in the world. Yeah, we can push it away, and I want to. It's the last thing I want to be talking about, truthfully. And yet it's real, it's here, and the question becomes, what will we do? What can we do? What's possible? What is the emergent possible that is still waiting to be known, actualized, to be experienced, and then brought back into the world? That's what I want to talk about today. Now, my mom was Armenian, and her lineage goes back, and of course, they experienced the hardest of times. Her parents, their grandparents, difficult times. My dad, Jewish, and of course, that lineage as well is filled with the catastrophic. When I was growing up, though, nothing was talked about. Not really. I mean, it wasn't, and for good reason, because these folks came to this country through the generations, and when they had their kids after World War II, in that environment, hey, we're here now, and this will never happen again, never again. And they wanted to raise us, the children of that generation, in a way that we would feel into what's possible. Suburbia was the name of the game, actually, and really to enjoy and engage in the beauty of life and separate, split off, get distance from that was so catastrophic and tragic. And yet, never again doesn't work, as we know. It doesn't. The war to end wars, all wars, that doesn't work. Something else is being asked. And let me suggest to you that what's being asked is not going to be found in the intelligence of our diplomacy, in the intelligence of strategic thinking. Been there, done that. How many times? We're going to need to resource, find the source someplace else, somewhere where we can experience the intimations, the hints of what's possible, the emerging possible, in a different container altogether. And let me suggest that in dream and deep imagination, we can find what we're looking for, what is asking something of us. Now, in the dream tending approach, we believe in the living image. We acknowledge, we experience images as alive, as having a presence, a body, a pulse of their own, right? And originating not only in the rational mind, not in people only, and not in our personality or our personal history alone. No, living images originate in the creatures, the landscapes, the things of the world soul, right? The figures, the creatures, the landscapes in and of the world, the anima mundi. And with their voices comes the possibility of listening into something new, something emergent, right? If we're locating outside of the human personality, there is something abundant to be learned, to be gleaned, to be listened to. So I'll be traveling over these next weeks, 2 months, different places on the globe. And I'll be talking with leaders in a variety of different sectors. And I'm going to be bringing the message that I'm going to share with you, that we need to pause and we need to first listen in to the deep psyche, the meanderings and the movements and the activities of the autonomous psyche of soul, the soul that is permeating all things, all creatures, all of us. And to listen for those hints, those cues. It's an evolutionary impulse, the yearning to evolve. This is what we need to listen to. And we can do it. It's going to take courage. It is. We're going to have to shift the paradigm, change our approach, but we can do it. It is true. I've worked in so many corporations, working with leadership teams. I've worked with political leaders at the United Nations, and I work with community leaders in all kinds of sectors, in addition to families and others. And I know that to take the time to listen, to pause, to allow the stories that are alive in imagination, in the living images of dream and imagination, to hear those stories offers a new possibility, an emergent possibility. So let me invite each of you, all of us, together. Let's take the time and do just that. We need to respond, not react to the world around us and to the conditions that are coming down in the world around us. We need to be responsive, not reactive. And to do that, we need to be mused by the psychic possibility that's alive in the images and in the stories of the dream time and of deep imagination. So, join me. Let's pause, take a breath, right? Allow the dreams. I know many are nightmarish. Of course they are. Yep, protection, support, ground. Let's not get caught in that whirl, because that's going to re-trigger and traumatize. Listen, yes. Create some distance, yes. Find the needed support, yep, and the care that's required to listen but not get trapped in that. And two, let's listen to the new, the possible, the unique, the images that come forward that get our attention, activate our curiosity, and then let's move in with a curious mind, not only the rational mind, with a curious mind, and let's listen deeply and allow those stories to come forward. Then let's share them with one another. So listen to the stories and then write back, bring them back to the Dream Tending site, to the website, or dreamtending.com, or any place where you can be in community and share stories that originate in the expression of the living images located in the deep psyche. Okay? Going to take courage, but we can do it. We have to do it. We're asked to do it, right? Not only for our well-being, of course, on behalf of the creatures, things, the landscapes, the well-being of the peoples and places of the world that we share. Okay. Be well. I look forward to more engagement. I will be listening, watching, reading what you come up with. Let's share them collectively. We can do this. Be well, and I'll talk with you next week.